Hi! I'm Mary Amy, and this is Signs of Light. Thank you for joining us. Well, it is Tuesday afternoon, and I'm coming live from New York. It's almost 2 o'clock. We are going to be having a guest on today. I'm super excited to meet her myself as well. And her name is Jillie Clark, and she's an angel channeler. She's also an intuitive coach. We are also going to cover subjects like enlightenment, higher consciousness, of course, a visualization, the UAP report that came out on June 25th, and what are non-human beings, extraterrestrials, starseeds, and of course I will cover angels because I always touch on those because I am an angel lover. So this is Jillie Clark. Now Jillie Clark is an angel channeler. She's an intuitive coach, and you can find her on her site, which is jillieintuitivecoach.com. Jillie is a angelic channeler, and she gives intuitive guidance. She also is capable of crystal bowl sessions, drumming. She works with crystals. She clears your energy. Each session is very different. She's all about flow, compassion, and unconditional love. Now, what is a channeler exactly? Well, a channeler is a person who conveys thoughts or energy from a source believed to be outside the person's body or conscious mind, like an interpreter. And they allow themselves to sense nonverbal communication from another being. And then the communications from angels comes from a higher consciousness. Now, let's just touch on angels for a bit before Jillian calls in. And I wanted to just say, so angels. Overall, 81% of people believe in angels. 77% of Americans believe in angels. I believe in angels. I'm surrounded by angels. I have this beautiful painting of angels dancing. So statistic-wise, let's look into that for a minute. Not only did the AP poll in 2011 find that more than 3 out of 4 Americans believed in angels, literally, they believe they exist. But so do more than 4 out of 10, and those people aren't even involved in any religious services. Now, a poll taken 5 years earlier found that 81% of Americans believed in angels, essentially meaning the number had gone unchanged. Belief in angels. In your opinion, does each of the following exist? Here we go. So we're going to give you what the choices were. 1, absolutely not. 140 people. Probably not, 158 people. Probably 334. And absolutely 967, which was 60%. Interesting, isn't it? So I wanted to share some other relative information. Oh, here's the pie chart. See, there it is, pie chart. And that's the 60%. That was 2007. And I also gave you, the findings from 2011. I would like to share with you, before Jillian comes on, 10 signs from your angels. Now, how do you access your angels? Well, your angels surround you. We are all born, allegedly, with guardian angels, at least 2. I personally sense that I have one right here all the time, and the others fluctuate. I see in my third eye, which I actually have maintained being able to visualize in front of me and around me. I see above me a circle with angels flying all the way up to the heavens. That's what I see. I don't know. We can all work on that, can't we? Now, some signs that you have angels surrounding you, and I trust their existence. 1, do you hear voices? 2, numbers. So there are certain numbers that mean angels, like 11, 11. You know, whenever I see 11, 11 on a clock, I think, oh, that's a good sign. Sense, do you smell something that's around you? Phone calls. Are you receiving phone calls and there's no one there? Is that an angel? Pennies. Pennies are going to be outdated pretty soon because there's hardly any coins, right? Pennies. Do you find a penny and just a single penny? Is that a sign of an angel surrounding you? White feathers. Dreams. You might have angels in your dreams. In fact, I am going to be mentioning dreams later on, and one of the 55 common themes is an angel in a dream. Birds, and then sparks of light. I personally sense sparks of light. You know, angels are beings made of light. They're immortal. They're non-gender. In fine arts, you can see them with halos and wings. And I have a couple more pictures of angels. Now, this is a beautiful painting of an angel. And I know that I have a story to tell you about angels. Where is it? Well, for now, I'm just going to show you some pictures until we hear from Jillie any minute now. Now, for me, since I began speaking of angels, they seem to be more present in my life, and I guess angels have a good intention. They come from the heavens to earth. They're messengers. They guide us onto our path, and they're protectors. The archangels are protectors. And there are 9 ranks of angels. This is an archangel right here. So any minute Jillie will be calling, so I'm going to get prepared. I don't want to knock anything down. I'm so glad that you're all here with me today and joining us for Signs of Light. I'm Mary Amy. Now, Jillie's website is jillieintuitivecoach.com, and I actually was referred to Jillie from another angel channeler, Peter Hansen. And the energy that I've received from Jillie is that she's really all about kindness and compassion and love, and she embodies goodness. I know when we've spoken to Peter previously, he was telling us about connecting to other realms and dimensions, and when you embody light and love, that what's around you seems to diminish, and you find goodness and love in your heart. So I'm curious. Here we go. She should be calling us right now. Yay! Jillie, where are you? Here she is. Hi. I'm happy that I'm seeing you. Like that you're actually in video, because sometimes it's more fun for everyone to see you. So I'm gonna just hold you up. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm excited and grateful to be on here.
Oh, okay. Let me just put this up so everybody can see Jillie right there.
Okay.
So basically, like, from time to time, I'll hold you up so everybody can actually feel like they're part of this, right? And, well, so you're coming from Virginia.
Yes.
And I have a photo of you so that I didn't know how it was going to go today. I mean, we've been actually on social media together for quite a while, and it's nice to connect to you.
Yes, I know. We've been connecting on social media and have mutual friends, but it's so grateful to actually be talking to you and connecting like this.
I just love your accent. I love that accent, Jillie. Oh my gosh. Let me turn it up, make sure everybody can hear. I'm such a New Yorker, and you have this beautiful Southern accent. It reminds me of somebody. I'm trying to think of who, like some celebrity.
Oh, wow. Actually, my voice actually changed after my Grand Awakening.
Oh, really?
My voice changed. Yeah.
Can you share with us what your Grand Awakening was?
Yes. Well, as you know, I shared with you that I had done mentorship with Peter Hansen.
Right.
And he had helped guide me to my galactic family of the light, the Pleiadians, and they came to me, and I just had this grand awakening in January, and my voice changed, and I started channeling and doing light language. And it's been amazing. I've like this voice that I speak is my true voice. It comes from my soul, from my heart. And it's been such an experience. So much DNA has been opening, so many gifts have been coming out, and I've been changing every day. I change, like something new comes along, and like just different experiences. Like here recently, I've been guided to do meditations with people. I teach and represent calmness and helping people to remember who they are, and to look at the light and not what's around them, and to remember to feel and to know how something feels, and trust the process and stay upon their path, and trust them, let them be safe, and trust that they can let go, and things don't have to be how they used to be. They can step into the light. But yeah, I've just had so many shifts and so many changes. And I have notes beside me, so if I look over here, but yeah, and I was guided to go to Mount Shasta to connect. There's I don't know if you know, that's like the headquarters of the awakening. I don't know if you've heard of like Telos or Lemuria. And it's there.
Hold on, can you hold 1 second? Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Just hold one.
You're fine. Yeah.
I realize when I hold up the camera, you can see like my messy room over there, and I'm like, oh no, I didn't know that it was so messy. But that's what everyone sees, and I don't want everyone to see that. I am elated that you are here today with us, because what you're saying to me sounds so exciting, and I want to know exactly how this happened, and what is the process. Like, what do you go through? I mean, all of this is just like extraordinary. So if you could share with us, how did this all occur?
Well, like I said, I did that. They came to me. The Pleiadians and my galactic family came to me, and I had it's like DNA. You're aware that we're waking up, the awakening?
Right. I'm actually. It's funny that you're talking about the Pleiadians. I'm actually going to speak of today. I'm speaking about them, and also reptilians, like a contrast, because I've been talking about starseed, and that's what you're referring to, correct?
I'm a starseed, but I refer to it as a blossomed starseed. Once you blossom and awaken to truly who you are, we're light beings. We're here to help humanity. And they came to me. I don't know detail. That's the thing in the mind we can't comprehend. It's in the heart, how we feel. and I feel unconditional love from the Pleiadians, and we're multidimensional because there's so much that we are, but that's who I resonate with the most and channel the most. And so they come to me, and like I said, when the awakening happened in January, my voice changed. I started doing light language, and I wasn't scared. I was just like, this is what I've always done. It was like familiar to me, even though it just happened. And so every day, like some days I wake up with these dreams. I have the download. I had a download yesterday, and all these different messages, and I draw high vibrational frequency pictures and messages. And so I can't really put it into words, just a feeling, and it's what's coming out of my DNA. We all have gifts. I'm not like the only superhero here on this planet. We all have gifts. We all have our own unique expression. So this is just stuff that's coming out of me, and I'm learning more of my gifts. That's coming out every day, and it changes all the time. And I don't try to figure it out. We can't figure it out with our head. We figure it out with our heart and how we feel. And when I channel and when they come to me, I feel them within my heart. I don't need to know. I just go right in here and I feel it. And so every day I feel this bliss and this unconditional love that my family and also our ancestors are with us as well. They come before us, and the Pleiadians and the light beams is what I call them, come after. They're us from the future, and we're all connected, or we're all one synchronicity. We're all happening at one time in this present moment, and we are in this timeline. We can shift in different timelines, and it's like quantum leaping. We can choose in each moment where we want to be. If we want to be in the higher timelines, we can make that choice of love. Choose that. Choose to let go of how it used to be. Choose love. And no matter what goes on around us, choose that road of the path of love with God. And God is within us as well. We're essence of Him. There's no separation.
Now, okay, so I have many questions to ask you because
I'm so open. Sometimes I try to word things where people can understand, but it's like
Okay. This process, this transformation, was this working with Peter for how many sessions did you work for Peter to attain this?
A little bit, not very long, since like last November.
Okay.
We was November to January.
Okay, and when you say the Pleiadians, how do you know it's them? Do you hear their voice? How did you know it's them?
Because I've seen them.
Oh, you've seen them. What do they look like?
They're beautiful. What I've seen, everybody sees something different, but what I've seen, and it's not about seeing, it's about feeling, and it's feeling it. But feeling when we connect. They're really tall, and they have blonde hair.
Okay, I'm going to show you a picture, and you tell me if this is them. Because I have pictures from. Okay, yes. Is this them?
Yes. That's who I connect with.
Okay.
And other light beings. I call them light beings.
Right, light beings. That's what I did. I read up on near-death experiences, and those who have passed over, they see light, and then angels take them over to the other side, or they, have some kind of. There's 3 different types of angels that you meet when you pass over, and some of them are guiding you to move over, and some of them are there for you to kind of give you a message, and they are all called light beings. Okay, are these considered aliens? Are these aliens?
You could say that. I call them light beings. But you can call them, it doesn't matter what you call it. I call them light beings. My light family.
Okay, and so what about this? Is this them too? Is this them?
Yes, that's Pleiadians. It looks like to me, but everybody's different. Everybody sees something different. But,
this is fascinating. I can't tell you how fascinating this is. Okay. Oh, I don't even know where to start. You said your voice changed. So what did your
Yeah.
voice sound like prior to this?
If you look on my Facebook, there's I don't know if I could speak it. I'll try, but it was more southern, more what I was born incarnated with. Completely different. This one's more Scandinavian, European.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it doesn't matter. I don't try to figure it out. It just feels right when I speak it.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it's from my heart and soul.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was more, I don't know, I'll find a video, but it was more like, hey, how are you today? I can't even but it was different.
Right.
But I would definitely share a video, or if you look on my Facebook or Instagram, there's a video on there of my voice when I was incarnated in this life. And this is just one life. There's many, many lives. So this voice is from another life. And it feels so deep, and it feels like it's in the core of my soul and essence when I speak it. So it's yeah, and I don't even try to figure it out. I just know it's me. It's from my soul and from my heart when I speak it. And I speak with love and compassion and sovereignty, and I see people, I see their essence, like I see their true self.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what they do, I'm sovereign. I let them be. And I work all the time spreading love wherever I go. But I'm also at a store in town I've been at over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in there, and yesterday I was with a lady talking to her about spreading love. I'm not the only one with the superpower to be nice and spread love. Everybody can do it. Everybody can be kind. And if I touch one person's life, that means the world to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we don't have to we don't have to be a certain way or go to a certain school. It's just let it be from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
And like just let somebody drive in front of us, or say hello to someone, or just be nice to someone, or draw hearts. I draw hearts like at the Chessie Trail, this trail I go to, and just be kind to people. You just don't know what somebody's going through. And it's just, I do it everywhere. I drive in my car and sing to people and send messages and cards. And it's like, it's not that, I don't look for anything in return, but it's like the universe does provide when you share that love, when you spread love. We can spread ripples of love just like anything else. And it's like, it just feels so good to help people. And it's just the smallest things. And, giving somebody your attention, your presence, it means so much to people. And just letting them be how they are, because in each moment we can choose. We can always choose in each moment who we want to be. Change our timelines, change. And just be the light in these places. Like I'm the light at the store. And letting these people be, and the ones that will come to me, let things come to us. That, the people that want to change will come. Or the people that are struggling or saying things, they really want love. They really want that attention. But they don't want to let go. And that's their choice, and that's okay, because that's what they're choosing. But really just being there, being a light being there, being a light being right in that spot, I'm there helping them shift and they don't even know it. And so I'm guided. I listen to these synchronicities and go to all these places to help people even if they don't even know it. So I was at a restaurant earlier today with a good friend of mine. He's like in his 80s. We enjoy talking. I let him share stories. I did that yesterday with another person. It's just helping them and letting them know they're not alone, and letting them know that it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not to know everything. Follow your heart and just trust and know that. And that's why I go around to these places, because I'm guided, but to let them know that there's light. There's light here. It's not just what you see on TV. That's louder because it's being dismantled. Light beams are getting louder because we're speaking our truth and showing that, it's okay. And that's another thing. I show people it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to shine your light. It doesn't matter what somebody says. It doesn't matter what somebody looks like. Who's to say it's right or wrong? When we speak from our heart and we know it's what we feel in our heart, we can do that. there is no, and we're all one, and we're all here to help each other. There's no separation. If, when we're rude to somebody, we're actually being rude to ourselves, because we are all here collectively shifting and helping each other. And it's, and when people see that or feel that, they'll start to shift. But if they don't, then that's their choice too. We can choose the path of love or choose the bumpy road. I choose the path of love. I choose to help humanity and to shine my light and to be the light.
Jillie, your enthusiasm is kind of contagious. Do people say that? It's good. I mean, it's like everything you say, I validate. I agree with you. I think it's beautiful. And it's the way to go. I believe in all of the things you just said. And I kind of wanted to ask you a little bit about, before this happened for you, and where were you at, and what drew you to becoming a light worker, to become a coach, to become, a angel channeler. And also, I would like to know what goes into that. So if someone was to come to you, how do you work? So the first part of the question is, how did you get here?
Okay.
And what made you do it? And the second is, what is it like to have a session with you?
Okay. All right. Well, first, I want to thank, those are all good questions. I want to start off with first how I started.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Obviously, I was not born with, I did have these gifts, but they were hidden with layers of some trauma and some healing and et cetera, et cetera. I'm not going to get into that stuff, but I will say I started my healing in 2007. I found this article in the newspaper, and I'm like, before I had struggled and had depression, and I knew that there was more to life than what I've been through. So in this life. So I found this paper and I started doing hypnotherapy. I started going to these sessions. I started shedding layers. So I'm going to skip up a little bit because I'm not going to tell a story, but I'm just going to tell a little bit of that. But it's like I kept clearing, and I've always felt, I've always wanted to help people. I've always felt that way. But I chose to work on me. But you've got to work on yourself before you can help people. So I just kept clearing and clearing and clearing. And
when you say clearing, are you saying you're releasing negative energy? What do you mean by that? Yes, right?
Yeah. Clearing trauma, clearing
Right.
my energy, raising my vibration, just clearing all that's not me. All when we're born, and it's no judgment, but we're told we're not this, or we're told we're this, we're this or that. I'm not going to say words, but clearing all that stuff and realizing who I truly am, realizing that I'm the light, that I can be my true self no matter what. So I just kept clearing and clearing it was years. Nowadays it's so much quicker. When I first started, I was pretty stubborn. I mean, I was told certain things, I didn't want to let it go. But I finally got to that point. So as these years, I'd say in the last 4 years, it just kept getting more clear to me. And I didn't know I was to be an intuitive coach. I just knew that I was going to help humanity, help people. I just knew that. The intuitive coach part just come in recently. I've been helping people over the years, giving them advice, and stuff would come through, but I didn't know what it was. I was like, this is coming through for you. And I didn't really know what it was. But now I understand. I'm a channeler. I am getting messages through where I'm an open channel to give people messages. So this year, when I had, like I said, when I had that, I've been awake since, I don't know, mid-2000s, but getting more and more awake to who I truly am. I was like, I'm going to be, it's not about money, but I am going to be, having sessions and being paid too. But when I'm on hikes, of course, I just do, exchanges, like energy exchange. But yeah, now I've been guided to do my workshops. I've been guided to do meditations. They came to me, I got a download to do meditations and teach people calmness, to teach people how to let go and trust. And so the intuitive coach, I mean, I may change the name, but at this moment, that's this present moment, that's what I'm being guided to speak of and to say. But I am a channeler. I am a channel. I do light language. And so basically any of my words or any of our words is light language. It is a channel. So in my sessions, what I do is basically everything I'm saying on here. And each session's different. As you know, it's like each person needs to, I channel a message, I let it come through, I do drumming, I do energy clearing, and each person's different. For instance, at my workshop, I was like intuitively guided to I was like energetically staring at this girl and giving her all these messages, and she didn't tell me anything. And she said, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I was going through. So it's like I don't think about it. I just let it intuitively. I ask for what's for the best and highest good for me, for humanity, and for the earth, and let it come through. And so when I'm doing these messages and I do my channeling or do my sessions with clients or workshops, I don't think about it. I let it just come through. I'm an open channel, and we all are, and just let it come through. I don't even think about it. And so I just am guided. And when I go to these spots, like when I went to California and then I went to Ohio, when I go just being at those spots, really I was guided to go there and open more for me to do. And I'm going there, to do, to help humanity and help people. And just, I met so many people there, and I met soul family there, and I can't even explain here lately, when I see people's eyes, it's like DNA exchange of I can't even explain it.
Okay. Let's right there. I have a question when you got to that. Oh,
yeah.
So what I'm reading and what I'm finding out, I'm just holding you up so everyone can see the video, so they feel like they're part of this. Any questions for Jill? And from what I've read, you're saying the DNA. So previously, before we're born, we have the DNA to be for this light language, as you say, and I've read that there are the Pleiadians, the Andromedans, right? Mm-hmm. The Syrians, and I think there's another one that I read about. Mm-hmm. Are there also, when you can look in, because you're very connected now, can you look in someone's eyes and see something else that's not the good DNA? Do you know what I'm saying? And do they sense you?
I can see, I don't look at it as good and bad.
Okay.
People, but I can see them. I can see energy. I can see what star system they're from. I can, when I saw this guy in Ohio, I did a singing bowl, and I did singing for these people there. I didn't plan it, it just happened.
Right.
And this guy comes up to me, and he said, will you take my picture? And I said, sure. And I saw his eyes, and I said, we've been together in a past life. I said, I know you. You're from the Pleiadian star system. And he said, yes. And so it's like, yes, I see stuff. And then the other guy was from Syria. He was Syrian. And also recently, I met a girl that's incarnated as my soul essence. I can't even explain all this stuff because I'm just learning it myself. But yes, I see the person's true essence. And if, we don't have to hang out with everybody we meet. What it is, we are helping each other. We're in this together and helping each other. But when we see each other, like I said, I see the person's true essence. I mean, I don't see everything about them, but I see them. I see their potential. I see different timelines. And so, if it's somebody I want to stay in contact with, yes, I will sit and, we'll talk. But if it's somebody I'm passing and I don't feel connected or feel like it's somebody I want to stay connected with, I just say, okay, we just disconnect. But the thing is, our star family or soul families are coming together now, and that's what I've noticed when I went to Mount Shasta and to to Ohio and I'm getting ready to go to Arizona, I'm going to these places to reconnect with my soul family and to reconnect information within my DNA that's in here to open it. And just being at those places really shifts a person, just physically being there. And I'm being also guided to go to Egypt sometime. So that's going to be definitely more transformational. But yeah, when I was at Mount Shasta, that was, wow. That's all I can say. I had visions, and I did channeling, and I saw them. I saw the Pleiadians. I saw the light beings.
Tell me about their communication. What kind of communication do they have? You say the light language. Tell me what that is. What kind of communication are you receiving?
For me, it's I do it. It's telepathically. It comes through me. It's telepathically. And like earlier, just before this, I did channel the message come through. They've been giving me messages all morning about different things to talk about. And I'm like, show me what, you want me to say. And because it's like so many, I could talk to you for days. But, so.
What were their suggestions?
Basically, it's trust, trust your process, trust your path. Is what I get in just about every message that comes through. They are unconditional. The Pleiadians are unconditional love. They are here to help. They are helping. There's other beings, of course, but they're the ones that I resonate with the most. And trust the light. Trust the path. Shine your light. We're shifting this collective consciousness, and they are helping. And we are never alone. Is another message I get a lot. A lot of people that I tell on my journey when I'm around, I tell people all the time, and I say stuff to people, and it's just because I'm an open channel. Show me where I'm to be, and I just say these messages to people. I don't even question it. I just tell them, and people come up to me telling me things as well. So basically, it's trust it. Know that we're not alone. It's not just them. Our angels are here. Archangel Michael, Saint Germain. There's so many. Mother Mary. I resonate with her as well. But there's so many light beings, so many angels here. If people knew what was around them, they would never be afraid. They would never be scared.
Right.
Ever.
Okay. Now I would like to try to help everyone to understand, including me.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying, and it's probably because my brain only works a certain way.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay, and so I myself I've had visions. I see angels in my third eye, and I've definitely telepathically received communications. When you speak of the Pleiadians, and I hear about the starseed, and then there's that, and then there's also the UAP and the aliens and other civilizations, whether they're from the water or they're from the sky. Those, when you see when people have UAP encounters, which are UFO encounters, it's matter. They're saying, the pilots are saying that the spaceships or the aircrafts actually are real matter. You can touch them. And so my question to you is, when you speak of these beings, these light beings, are they in your higher consciousness and they're not matter, that you can't actually see them? Do you know what I'm saying? Like outside, like right here, there's flowers on my wall. There's the lights. That's matter. This cup's matter. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you see these beings like that? Or you're saying you're seeing them during a meditation? Do you get where I'm going with this?
Right. I want to start first with, just like on this planet, there's other beings on the UFOs or crafts that are not of the light. I will say that. The Pleiadians are unconditional love. The light beings that are here assisting can come here in matter. They are around, but the thing is, they are connected with us. We are all one, so it comes through was, and other star systems that are of light, they will show themselves to certain people that are ready, but they will not just land down just anywhere. They're very intelligent. They are very, what's I going to say, very, very intelligent, very careful, aware. And so they are around, and they will be around to assist us. They would never come down and harm. They will never, and I do not talk politics, but I will say, the government things, do try to display them as not friendly or not of unconditional love, but the Pleiadians and the beings that are around this planet, and I call them white hats, there's boots on the ground, like and I'm included, we are here to shift and to help people and of unconditional love. So yes, they can be physical, and yes, they can be within, because they're us from the future.
They're us from the future.
Yes.
And you said, and you just stated that not all of the UAP, which I'm guessing that they have some kind of Uranot or extraterrestrial in the UAP, they're not always friendly?
I don't know what that is. I don't watch that. I don't keep up with any of that stuff. But I will say, what I got this morning was, don't go by what this isn't just about that, this is in general. Yeah. Don't always go by what you see or what you think, go by what you feel in your heart. Because the beings that are coming in around, that are helping, are of unconditional love, and they will be in the heart space, and that's where humanity is going, and that's what they would be. They're not going to come in and scare anybody, the ones of unconditional love. Therefore, there are other beings that the light beings are working, to clear, just like we're clearing here on this planet. So,
do you,
just
Jillie,
what you feel,
Jillie, do you feel or sense that this is a preparation? Is this preparation for something? That this is happening?
Something big coming, yes.
Do you know what that is?
It's not for me to say, but the light always wins. The light has won, and keep your eye on the light. And we are shifting this collective consciousness and this planet and bringing it back to its origination, to love, to peace, to harmony. There is a lot of stuff. Some people aren't seeing that right now because they're going through. Some are going through the dark night of the soul, and some are going through letting go, and some are holding on to the old ways. Because the old ways have been there. It's like, oh, this is how it's been. This is how we're going to stay. No, you don't have to. But they're choosing that. So they're not seeing it, and that's okay. They're not even probably aware of what's really going on. They're just seeing things from these eyes and not from the third eye.
Right, from the third eye.
Yes, but definitely we keep our eyes on the light, and we trust and know that everything is happening for a reason, and we trust and God. And God is God. We do everything for God, and He's within us. We're essence of Him, and the Christ consciousness. We're the body of Christ. We're here to in this unity consciousness to help each other, and the ones that aren't choosing that, of course, they're going to have a bumpier road, but that's all choice. It's no right and wrong. And in the spiritual world, there's no right and wrong. And we let them be. And we trust, and we stay right in our path, in our present moment. And we can't change someone unless they're willing to change. We can work on us and let the people come to us that are ready to change and ready. Some people aren't ready to hear certain things.
Right.
And like me going on here, this is my first, thing.
I'm so happy that you're here, because I'm saying to myself, oh my God, how lucky am I? Because you really, really, really are 100% in, 1,000% in, and I know that you mean well, and I know that you have a message to share. That's what I'm gathering, and it's very intense. Your energy is very intense. It's like you're trying to get it all out. And,
Yeah.
you know, what I'm gathering is I'm supposed to have a session with Peter, so I'm very curious now in July, and it's funny because a lot of the steps that you mentioned today, I've gone through some of them myself, and I haven't articulated them, but I definitely was doing a lot of clearing. And and it started actually when in 2017 I became an ordained minister. And before you do that, where you can actually marry people, a lot of your darkness has to get flushed out of your system. So I think that started it, and then I started having the lucid dreams or the downloads, like you said, and the visions, and then it's kind of gone through stages where it stops and pauses, and then I do something else in work. And then I'm taking it to another level. Like for me, I have to give this message out. I have to have people like you on. I have to share that there is hope out there and love. And and it's very interesting because I do see how there's a lot of energy that's very confused right now out there, you know, and and the people that are light workers that I know, or the beings that are light workers, seem to be okay with everything, all the change. I mean, yes, we've had our ups and downs, but for the most part, it's almost like because we worked on holistic practices, we don't have the same kind of anxiety or pain, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
And so the change actually, because I've actually been working on detaching from everything and not being attached to anything really, and working on, and not even working, just being about love and light and wishing everyone, like I always say, you know, my heart, I'm giving my heart to you, and I'm here for you, and I love you, and that's not a problem for me to say, and it doesn't matter if it's funny because sometimes people don't want to hear that, but then they come back around and it's when they need it. You know, everyone needs love, and so I think that everyone is getting where they need to get in their own time.
Yes, yes. That's another thing. Thank you for saying that. We are all on our own individual path. There is no right and wrong. Where somebody is where they are. It doesn't matter what I know or what you know or what anybody knows. We will know what we need to know at the right time. And the thing is, having the awareness and trust and staying on course no matter who we're around. Because people are, you know, and no judgment, but people will say, well, you're not like you used to be. And it scares people because we've shifted. Every day we're somebody different sometimes. And we're getting all these informations and downloads. So what we keep on our path and keep being different and keep spreading love and staying on our path no matter what's around us. And I'm not saying me being positive and happy all the time means that I don't have compassion. When I see people, I feel so much stuff. And so I do send so much love out to people, but I don't need to, like with Jesus, he didn't put his stuff down there. He stayed where he was and had that compassion and let the people come to him. And he still held them in his heart. And it's like, that's what we do. We send this love out to people and let them be how exactly they want to be. And when they're ready to hear something, they'll come back to you. People come to me, like they'll hear something and then they'll come back, and I'll see these same people, like at the store, at the antique store where I've been, and I notice the same people come in, and I give them messages, and we're all messengers. I'm always a student and a teacher. Just because I know things doesn't mean I know everything. I'm always learning, I'm always evolving, and always growing. And that's the thing, I love to learn new things every day. And I'm so open-minded and so open-hearted that I'm like, I'm ready. I love this. It's like, none of this is different to me. It's like, I've always been different, and now I know why. It's like, because, you know, I found my true essence, and it's okay to be different. You know, I was told not to be different or not to be this or that. And now I'm like, I'm not afraid to say, hey, this is who I am. I'm speaking my truth no matter what. And that's what I teach people too. It's like, if you want to, you know, have pink hair or wear what whatever you want to wear or do whatever you want to do. If somebody doesn't like it, that's not, we're not here to please people. We're here to shine our light and be our best self, our true self, and keep remembering no matter what. And then those that will, those that hear you will come along. We don't go looking for people. We let things come to us. And that's with anything. The universe always provides. God always provides. Money, the relationships, the jobs, everything. It's not all about money. Yes, money is good. I do want that. I love money, income, but it's not just about that. It's from the heart, helping people.
Jillie, can you tell us? You spoke of the Great Awakening and how you've what was the term that you used initially? You've been awakened, but you said something else.
I've been awakened for many years.
But in January, what happened in January?
A grand awakening.
Grand awakening. Okay,
Yeah.
Can you tell us, is there any kind of, as a coach, because I know you're a coach as well, are there any kinds of directions that you can give to people to find their own Great Awakening?
Yeah. Go within their self. Yes, reach out to healers, reach out for help, but the answers you seek are in here. We go within. We have an open mind. Go into your heart. We can't figure it out up here in our head. Go to your heart.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I help people to remember who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And as we're on this journey, I help them to be comfortable and to be, to feel safe, to open up to me, so they can let go. It's like I saw this girl. This is another example. She was like, "Oh, I'm tired. I was at a grocery store." She say, "I'm tired. I'm gonna go cry." I said, "Go cry." I said, "Go home and cry. Let it out." That's another message. It's like things are coming up for a reason. Let it out, and then or go outside and hit a stick. You don't take it out on another person. Just do it on your own self. We let go and trust.
Right.
I hear the fox. There's a fox outside, and it's back, and it's out there calling.
A fox?
A fox.
Like a real fox?
A red fox, a big red.
And it's making sounds? What is that a sign of?
It's a sign of the divine masculine and feminine, I believe, of balance. I looked, I've had so many creatures come to me. I believe that's what it said with that. But it's been walking around my house. Like, it came up here, and I love it. But my cat was outside, but I got my cat in, so that was good.
You're like Snow White, Jillie. Jillie, you're like Snow White. You're Snow White, Jillie.
Thank you. I think that's a compliment.
No, it is. It's true. You're like,
Thank you.
no, I mean, you're like no one I've ever met. I hope that we stay in touch, because I'm really glad that I connected to you. And
yes, me too.
And you are, like I said, you're 100% in, and I love that. You're not shy about your convictions at all, and you believe it. And I actually would like to feel the way you feel. I mean, I know I've done a lot of work, but I'm not to where you are.
Well, that's the thing. It's like we're all on our journey, and it's every day. It's like different. The information comes in, different downloads. My gifts are different than yours or other people's. Like me, I didn't know last year I was a channeler. I didn't have any idea. I knew I was giving messages, but I didn't realize it. And so I'm like, whoa, I do light language, I do channels. I'm like, and it came so freely as I was doing it this year, just in January. It was like, I loved it. It felt so freeing. And when my voice changed, it was like a little bit different, but I adjusted so quickly. In my dreams, I have so many visions and dreams, and not every night. Some nights I do. Some nights we're working in our dreams as well. We're helping. We travel while we, in our dream, in our nighttime as well sometimes. But, and like last night, or this morning when I got up, I said, I take credit for mowing that yard. So I don't have no idea. I was talking about I mowed the yard, or was working on a yard.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes
so we had someone in the chat ask, what is this all about? So I said that you're a channeler and you had a great awakening and you're Pleiadian. How do I say it? Pleiadian. I always get that mixed up. I'm so bad with words.
You're fine. You're fine.
And you have learned a language, the light language, or did you already know the light language before you had the Great Awakening?
It came out of my DNA. I had a grand awakening, and that's where it came from. I opened up to what I already knew. I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know I could do light language, but it come out. Everything is within us. Like the photomic light coming in, like the human resonance and all this energy that's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming in from the sun, from our galactic family of the light, and it's opening up our DNA. It's opening up to remember.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it just come out. It didn't come to me. It come from within. It come from within and come out. I can't really, and not everybody's going to do light language. Everybody's going to have their own unique gift. Everybody has gifts, but it's like it's going to happen when it's time.
He says, "I think this." So the comment is, "I think this is all a little beyond me." Nimrol said that. I don't know. Is it beyond anyone?
Well, just trust. Not everybody that's here is a light worker.
Right.
But we all are lights. We are lights here to help each other.
Right.
It's like we can open the door for somebody. We can let a car go in front of us. We can say something nice to somebody. It can be just as small as that.
The two of us together are just like a high beam, because that's all I say is I'm saying, about kindness, and I love you, and I care about you, and this is how you find your light and let go. And so I guess it just, it's kind of good that I connected to you, because I haven't met anyone that's on the same, like you're ahead of me, but you've had a lot of the similar experiences. So I'm fascinated by this, and it's just recent, so it's fresh for you.
Yeah. This is just this. Well, I've been awakened and been doing intuitive work since early 2000s. But the channeling, I've been channeling. I just didn't realize exactly, what. And then, like I said, with Peter, he had helped me. And actually, he guided me. I did the work, because I do the work. We do the work individually.
Mm-hmm.
And, but I had opened up more to who I truly am. And, and the thing is, we don't have to understand all this. If it feels good to someone, they will get the information within them. It's like what we watch, what we put in just watching or eating or anything, we're actually getting the information. Sometimes we might not understand it, but in a later time, we'll be like, oh, that's what she was talking about, like you had said earlier. So it's like, or maybe they're not ready to hear it. This is like my, I speak, I'm going to do more online stuff. This is my first big thing. Thank you.
Jillie, I wanted to, I have some pictures of angels, and I wanted you to tell us when you say that you're an angelic channeler or an angel channeler, are you, from what I've read, there's the 9 ranks of angels. The closest to us is the guardian angels, the seraphim, the cherubim, the thrones, dominions, virtues, powers, principalities, archangels, and guardian angels. Can you tell us what your experience is with angels and what they appear to you to look like? I know beings of light. What exactly do angels look like from your perspective?
Well, I've seen visions of, there was this beautiful angel that come to me in a beautiful white dress, and I'm going to say it was Mother Mary, and Saint Germain has come to me. I see a lot of colors and holograms. Like I see holograms of things, but I'm more of a feeler, visual. But I will say I see the Lyrans and different colors of like the Lyrans are from the star system. It was like a cat face. But like with angels, it's just light. I see a lot of light, and like I saw with the drones, just light beams. I just saw angels in the clouds. I mean, it's just, I feel more than visualization. I mean, I visually see stuff, but I feel more than see. But and that's the thing. Somebody may see more than feel or hear. But I don't go by what I see as much as what I feel. I go from in here and feel. Like when I'm channeling or seeing these beings, I see them. Like I saw angels earlier when I was channeling, like the color, like white. But I feel.
Okay,
so like look, I'm feeling.
So we have a couple questions here.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first question is, and I don't, whichever order you'd like to answer them. So the first question is, Synthetic Desire says, how do I awaken? And then K Noffer says, how do you know that they're real angels and not demons pretending to be angels like the Greys on Planet X? Nubru.
Okay, let me go back. Let me go to the first one.
The first one is, how do I awaken?
When you can't ask, you can't be like, oh, I'm going to awaken, it just happens naturally. Her saying that, she's already awakened. There's a part of her within that's already awakened. So you let it happen. You talk to your angels and you just keep that awareness. You keep raising your vibration. Everything is frequency, tones, and vibration. And, and somebody else may say it in a different way, but we're all saying the same language. You trust that it will happen when it's time. Like me, I didn't plan in January. It just happened. I knew something was shifting. You keep being your truest self. You get up every day, be your best self, be your highest self, and be in the highest timeline and do the things that you want to bring into your life. Say you want bliss in your life, then be blissful. If you want to awaken, then be awakened in every moment. And it's kind of like the fake it till you make it. You be it until it happens. You just keep trusting and knowing that it will happen when it's meant for you to happen. And it's from the heart. From the heart. You can meditation is a thing that's definitely a key. That calming, getting out of the head and into the heart, and being in meditation, doing meditations will help immensely because it calms the mind. And I'm not saying you need to sit in lotus pose for an hour. You can walk in the woods in nature, connect with nature, and just stare at the grass and be grateful and thankful and calm the mind and get into the heart. That helps the process. There is no right and wrong. Whatever works for you. If you want to do yoga or anything that calms you and anything you enjoy is right for you. What works for me may not work for you. But trust and know that it will happen when it's supposed to happen. And you saying that means that you're already on your path to that. And keep your awareness and keep on that path. And keep going towards the light. Keep in the light.
Okay, so to sum it up, you're saying to awaken, to connect to your truest self would be to spend time alone, to meditate, to be the best that you can possibly be, stand in the light. What else did you say?
Oh, and also let go of all that doesn't serve. Like, we have choice in every now moment. Every moment is a choice. We go by how we feel. And this is to go to the second one. How we feel. How does it feel? That's what we go by. If something doesn't feel good, are we going to keep making ourselves not feel good? Probably not. Unless we want to keep feeling that. But Just be that. Even if you stay in bed one day, don't beat yourself up. Maybe your body needed rest. Maybe you needed that. Just be and that gentle.
So like gentle. listen to your inner your intuition. Yeah. Listen to your inner conversation, I guess, yeah. Right? Your own your like what instead of see, like for me, what I do is I actually wear plugs in my ear because everything is just so loud. So that's how I can actually hear my own thoughts. Okay, so next question is, how do you know that they're real angels and not demons pretending to be angels like the Greys on Planet X?
Well, that goes back, okay, both of those are good questions, but I will tell you how you feel. How does it feel? You can ask, are you of the light? Are you for my highest good? Are you of the highest good for all, for the planet, for humanity? You can ask, but it's how you feel. How does it make you feel? Because that's the key. You don't, and that's the thing, it's a process. We've got to learn, it's not in our thinking mind, it's not what we see always, how we feel. How does it make you feel? And we ask to just channel. I ask to channel unconditional love for the highest and best good for all, and highest and best good for my highest and best good, and highest and best good for humanity. That's where, you want to, be. Because yes, you can, there are other beings, but only of the highest of light, only of unconditional love. And, that's what you want to stick with, and that's all I channel, is unconditional love of the highest light. And I know that it's the highest light because I feel it. You feel it. That's the thing. You get into that. You don't have to think it. You can't think your way.
It's not about thinking. It's like, because I identify with what you're saying. It's resonating with me because I can, when it's a dark energy that's around me, it actually, my mind, it changes my thinking. It changes my mind, and and there's a total difference. The light, you feel good. It makes you just more of yourself. It makes you more brilliant and compassionate. So I understand with what you're saying. I think you really have to be in touch with yourself and know the difference to be able to decipher.
Right, yeah, that's the thing. We do have guardian angels with us. We do have angels with us. All of us do. But if you're going to channel and communicate, yes, you definitely want to learn more about it, because and learn how it feels, because yes, there are other beings, but you've got to really know. But you can always talk to your angels, talk to your higher self, and embody your higher self, embody your God essence within you. We are, and embody that love and love on yourself. And that's the thing I teach people too, is be gentle with yourself. We can have days we don't feel our best, and that's okay. It's so much stuff leaving our bodies, leaving this planet. It's, there's going to be days because, there you are.
It's because my battery's going.
But yeah, it's a process, and it's like baby. When baby starts walking, the baby's not like, I'm never going to walk, I'm just going to quit trying. We get up, you get up every day, do your best. If your best is laying in bed all day, it doesn't matter. If your best is getting up, going for a walk, and getting out, doing whatever. I don't tell anybody what to do, but it's whatever it feels right for you. And everybody's different. That's the unique thing, but we're all with the same message, spreading love, spreading light, helping each other. It may be different, a little bit different wording, different language, but it's the same message. And embodying in that, whether you're with yourself, you're sitting in the bathtub, take a bath, take a salt bath, tell yourself you love yourself. This body hauls us around. This is our vehicle hauling our soul around. Be gentle with ourselves. It's like our body remembers everything. It's like it's energy. It remembers everything's energy. And love on ourselves.
He says, they said, whoever, I don't know if it's a male or female, it's Knefer said, okay, interesting. So I guess you answered the question. Before we go, I just want to, I just would like to mention that Jillie's website is jillieintuitivecoach.com. You're also on social media, Facebook and Instagram, correct?
Yes.
And is there anything you'd like to say to everyone about, you shared many ways for us to connect to our light and to be awakened as well. Is there anything else you'd like to share, anything upcoming that you're working on, or I don't know, something about a session? You mentioned that you do crystal bowl sessions, crystals, clearing energy.
Yes. Thank you for mentioning that. I do want to update my website because my gifts are changing rapidly. My downloads are coming in. Things are shifting. I recently got a download to do to teach people meditation and embody calmness, embody that it's okay to be exactly where you are and be in the moment is what I keep getting message to do. I did a workshop here at my house. I'm going to do another one coming up soon. I'm also going to do some more online things I'm working on. I'm getting ready to go to Arizona, so I may do something from Arizona. My crystals and my healing bowls and the drumming is individual for each person. When the person comes to me, I do individual for what they need, what that comes through with unconditional love. I do offer sessions online, over the phone, or at my house, or I can come to you. And each one is individual. I can do counseling, intuitive coaching, whatever is needed for your best and highest good. And I let it flow, and I just know that whatever comes through is for the person. And like I said, it's going to be more things coming up. Like I said, I'm going to Egypt, so that's going to be very transformational as well. But yeah, the more I get, more information, I definitely will post it on here. Yes.
Well, I would love to have you back another time, and I have to tell you, I think information comes to us when we're ready, and you were kind of the next step for me about where I'm going. So I'm hoping, I know that there's something connected to you and everything you've said today, because I kind of get to a standstill, and then the progress continues. Also, I'm not, you're very open to all of this, and I think it's about, like you said, not using your brain and just being open and letting it happen.
Yes. Being in our heart space, the mind cannot comprehend what's going on.
Right.
It cannot. And we're evolving so fastly. This awakening is so rapid. Before, it was like, okay, we'll take several years. Now it's like, nope, this is happening in a week. Or this is happening in 2 days. So it's happening so rapidly, even people that are awakened don't understand it. But like you said, I am open. I've been open for business ever since it happened in January. And I'm so grateful that I am, because, I want to share my light, and I am sharing my light, and help people to let them know that, they can be their true self and be open, and it's okay. Somebody doesn't understand. It's okay. And if it comes to a standstill, it's because, something else is changing. Mm-hmm. We're constantly evolving in every moment. In every moment, we're getting these informations and downloads, and it's okay.
Thank you so much, Jillie. I have so much to think about. I'm really excited. I bet I have a very interesting dream tonight about you. And I hope that, I just want to say thank you, really. And let's connect after, and I'll text you. And I'm glad now I know who you are after being, connected to you on social media for so many months and not really knowing you, but just seeing your work. So thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me. I look forward to coming back.
Thank you so much, Jillie.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you.
You be well. Bye.
Bye.
was such a surprise. Oh my gosh. I had no idea. I had no idea. I love her. She's awesome. Wow, what a good person. She's a good person to know. Okay, you know, before I started, I was telling you about angels, and I just want to touch on that before I do. We talk about enlightenment, laws of nature, and the UAP report, which came out on the 25th. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. You know what? I agree with you. Because you know what? It's so funny when you meet people and you don't even have to work at liking them. She's just easily liked. So anyway, angels. And I talked about angels, and I talked about polls and how 81% believe in angels. So belief in angels, however people define them, is highest, almost universal among white evangelical Christians. Here I am butchering words. 97% whom trust in their existence, the poll indicates. But even among the people with no religion's affiliation, well more than half said angels are for real. Are you a believer in angels? Well, 77% of Americans believe in angels. Angels are celestial beings from heaven, angelic beings, and there's 9 ranks of angels. 7 archangels are said to be the guardian angels of nations and countries. Saint Michael the Archangel, the great prince, chief angel, commander of angels, protector with super speed, super strength. I think I have like an archangel looking photo. This looks like an archangel. And Saint Michael the Archangel, the great prince. And of course I'm going to show you, as always, I love this painting of angels dancing, and hail to the angels. And I believe truly that angels will bring hope and goodness and prosperity and abundance into your life. And the more that I speak of angels, the more I refer to angels, the more I seem to be awakened as a person, and I have found more love in my heart, and I don't know, it's brought me to more goodness. So Archangel Gabriel appears in visions to humans. Hi! Nice to see you, Jober. Hi. Hi to everyone who's joining us. I'm so happy you're here. Archangel Gabriel appears in visions to humans, and she spoke about angels just now and visions, delivering prophetic messages. Messenger. Okay, moving on from that. Now, before we get on to reptilians and Pleiadians, I want to touch on, she spoke about Pleiadians. I want to get on Pleiadians. Are ghosts and spirits real? Have you asked me this before? Are ghosts and spirits real? Yes, they are real. No. Okay, you can have your opinion. We all can have our opinion. I believe that ghosts and spirits are real. But you know what? If you've never had the experience, I can understand why you don't believe in that. Okay. And also I had mentioned the 10 signs of your angels. No, I meant like I never asked that before. Well, I've actually had experiences. I don't call myself a medium, but I do get downloads. So when I close my eyes to go to sleep, I have people who have passed come to me. Now, I believe the difference, if you want to say ghosts, what's a ghost? A ghost is known to haunt places. And yes, there are ghosts because they're stuck in time and space. And they are like a poltergeist. Sometimes ghosts can be really naughty. And then sometimes ghosts can be just staying in time and space and they can't leave. I think my angel, no. I don't think angels hate you. No. Your angels do not hate you. Angels love us. Angels love us. There's no hate. When you refer to angels, angels are light beings. You know, like I say, you know, if somebody comes at you angry, you can't go back at them. The way to dismiss negativity is to send light. So if someone comes at me or energy comes at me, I just imagine hugging them and sending them light. Okay, so we're going to move on to enlightenment. So enlightenment, what is enlightenment? We strive for enlightenment, right? A higher consciousness, a higher vibration. And I think based on what Jillie said, if you reach a higher vibration, which is, higher vibration is about love and compassion and kindness, and a lower vibration is someone who's, or something that's more like in a distressed place. Maybe they are angry or sad or hurt or in pain. If you're in a higher consciousness, you tend to forgive and release. So enlightenment is self-realizing your truest potential. It's releasing old thoughts with no attachment. You accept the universe's choice for you. It's a feeling of inner peace. You send love and kindness to all living things. Brightness of light takes you to a state of enlightenment. Your lessons that you're destined to learn will lead you to love. Love is acceptance and awareness, our original nature of true self. Like Jillie said, it's about the love in your heart. Compassion. So I'm going to refer to mystics. Now, what are mystics? And I have some information about what mystics are. We're kind of covering a lot of light topics, aren't we, right now? So, a mystic, like Saint Joan, I don't know if anyone's heard of Joan of Arc, probably, is a person who carries insight into the mysteries of the universe. So, some key takeaways. It's a personal experience of the absolute or divine, and in some cases, mystics experience themselves as part of the divine, and in other cases, they're aware of the divine as separate from themselves. And Joan of Arc was visited by angels, and she was given messages from God. Mystics have existed throughout history around the world and may come from any religious, ethnic, or economic background. Mysticism is still an important part of religious experience today. There are essentially two paths to becoming a mystic. So if you're interested in becoming a mystic, many people strive for the communion with the divine through a range of activities that may include anything from meditation and chanting to ascensionism to drug-induced trance states. Others, in essence, have mysticism thrust upon them as a result of unexplained experiences that may include visions, voices, or other non-corporeal events. Well, she seemed like maybe she was a mystic to me. She was all in, right? One of the most famous mystics was Joan of Arc. Joan was a 13-year-old peasant girl with no formal education who claimed to have experienced visions and voices from angels who guided her to lead France to victory over England during the 100-Year Wars. By contrast, Thomas Merlin is a highly educated and respected contemplative Trappist monk whose life has been dedicated to prayer and writing. So I guess there's different types of mysticism, right? Mystics. Okay, so let's talk about, before we get to the UAP report, let's just go on to what the 7 laws of nature are. So here's the 7 laws of nature. Natural law is regular, inevitable phenomenon observable in human society, set of conditions, universal instances. The fundamental laws of nature are gravitation. Where do I have that on here? Gravitation, which is a force that exists among all material objects in the universe. And I'm referring to this because there's been more interest in anti-gravitation because of the UAPs, and I'm kind of interested in that, plus vortexes and time travel. So that's why I'm touching on this, because I kind of wanted to know, what are the laws of nature? What do we believe? And I don't know if they're accurate. We don't know if that's going to change. So gravitation is a force that exists among all material objects in the universe. The force of nature tends to attract them towards each other, a tendency to move towards the center of gravity in the falling of bodies to the earth. Now, magnetism, the interaction of electric currents or fields and magnetic fields. Three properties are frequency, wavelength, and intensity. Then there's weak interaction and strong interaction, which is more involved, so I'm not going to... UAP, yeah, I'm going to talk about UAP. UAP report. I have a copy of it, and I have a little bit of analysis on it. So according to this, the 7 laws of nature are the law of attraction and vibration, the law of polarity, the law of rhythm, the law of relativity, the law of cause and effect, the law of gender and gestation, the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. I don't know what it is. UAP is UFO. Unidentified aerial phenomenon, which was renamed because UFO had too many stigmas attached to it, which I now say it's a transmedian vehicle because it travels in the water and in the air. Or maybe it's just a different, there's more than one type of alien and extraterrestrial aircrafts. So based on this, the fine-tuning of the laws of nature, to say that the laws are fine-tuned means that the universe must have precisely the right set of laws in order for life to exist. So it says gravity, but we're learning, is gravity real? Electromagnetism, strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force, principal quantization. Okay, moving on to, I'm just going to talk about for a second sacred knowledge. And so what I believe, how's your day going? My day is going, it's funny, take me out of this. My day is pretty good so far. I actually have to say, so I live outside of New York, and the weather is pretty beautiful for the most part, and the temperature, but in the last few days I was fighting a sore throat. And so I really, usually on a Sunday, yesterday, I usually, do something fun or go to the beach, but I just rested. So today I'm actually feeling better. So to answer your question, K-Day Floyd, I'm actually doing pretty good today probably because I'm here speaking to you, and it helps me to keep moving. If I have something to do, I feel more fulfilled, and I feel like I'm making a difference. And that's really what my essence is. I need to make a difference. So I wanted to mention, before we move on to a visualization and then the UAP report, I'm going to get to that, which is the UFO report. I wanted to just tell you that, as an intuitive myself, and I myself actually had some near-death experiences. I had some trauma. I'm empathic, so I took on a lot of other people's energy, and I probably attracted more dramatic. No, that's good. That's good. Thanks for asking. So basically what happened was I did a lot of holistic treatments to kind of get myself out of harm's way, because I started having some autoimmune issues because I'm so sensitive. And during that time, I kind of fell into these holistic modalities, which is I'm an intuitive wisdom coach, a Reiki master, and an ordained minister. And I learned about what I call sacred knowledge. So sacred knowledge is very simple. And I believe if you connect and work on these 3 subjects, which is so simple, you can, as Jillie says, become awakened. And the first one is light. It's about light. It's about connecting. So you can go out into the nature And you can go to a waterfall, you can go to a sunrise, you can go to a sunset. You connect with light. The sun, you connect with the sun. And then you can also find light in your own heart. And you can connect to that by doing a visualization, by visualizing light in your heart, light in your brain. So like I start with a ball of light. That's the first step, right? And then the second step is nature. Spend time in nature for at least 5 to 15 minutes a day. So you just turn off electronics and you just stand next to a tree, stand next to flowers, sit on the grass, and leave everything from the material world away. Leave it behind you. And you will connect with nature and find stillness. And this is how you find your own personal peace. If you find your peace, then you can heal yourself if there's anything bothering you. And then the third step is dreams. That's me, having my own dreams. So dreams. So what do you do with your dreams? Now dreams are a universal human experience that can be described as a state of consciousness characterized by sensory, cognitive, and emotional occurrences during your sleep. Write down your dreams. Get a dream journal. If you go online, Mary Amy, I have a dream journal online, and there's room for 100 entries. Or you just take a composition book. Write down your dreams. Write down the date. Write down the time. And write down a little description. And you will find that there will be significant themes that are constant. So I'm going to give you some examples of a typical dream. So I looked online, and there's a couple things I found, and I'm going to read them to you. I don't remember my dreams. I think I have a dream I can remember once. Well, okay, if you can't remember your dreams, if you say before you go to sleep, say to yourself, I would like to remember my dreams tomorrow. As soon as you put that intention behind remembering your dreams, it will happen. Will it happen the next day? No, but I guarantee within 7 to 10 days, you will start to remember your dreams. And then you're going to be like me and annoyed by remembering your dreams, because I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I don't want to write it down. I'm too tired. But they're very valuable dreams. So here's some themes. I'm not going to say all 55, but I found online. Neuroscience offers explanation, and here's some dream themes. Ready? School, teacher, studying, being chased or pursued, a sexual experience, falling, arriving too late, a person being dead, that's a common theme, a person who's now dead and is alive, so that's a visitation. When someone who's passed visits you, it's called a visitation. I'm saying that was like kind of repetitive. Someone appears in your dreams that has passed, that is called a visitation. And sometimes that's for you and sometimes that's for them, because you're to be reminded of them, or they're not at peace, or they need to give you a message. Another constant theme in dreams might be flying or soaring through the air, being on the verge of falling, being frozen with fright, being nude, naked, eating delicious food. I've never had that dream. Swimming, being locked up, insects or spiders, being killed, losing teeth. These are all common themes. Being tied up or unable to move, being frozen, like you can't move, being inappropriately dressed, being a child again. These are all themes for dreams that are common. Being unable to find a toilet or embarrassed, discovering a new room in the house, losing control of a vehicle, a fire, crazy, wild, violent beasts. I've had that. Killing someone, being half awake and paralyzed in bed, Dreams where your teeth fall out. Yeah, that is weird. I've had that, but that was a long, long time ago. I had dreams like that. Snakes having magical powers. That's a fun one. Finding money. Floods or tidal waves. I'm literally reading all 55. Encountering a god in some form. Being a member of the opposite sex. Seeing yourself in a mirror. People behaving in a menacing way. Seeing a UFO. Isn't that great? Seeing an angel. Being an animal. Being an object. Hi! Hi, Nick. We're talking about dreams right now, Nick. And we had a guest on today who was super interesting. Her name was Jillie Clark. And she talked about the Great Awakening. And she talked about connecting to the Pleiadians and how she had her DNA came forward. So I find that very interesting. So there you go. That's all about dreams. Now, before we take the UAP report and talk about some aliens, I wanted to do a quick visualization. Well, so the DNA, so Jillie says that she actually has the DNA. Her DNA came out and she was from Earth before. And she's a Pleiadian. I always say that wrong. I know. She says she's a Pleiadian. So I thought like this was a very interesting segue and connection because I'm talking about the UFO UAP report, and that's extraterrestrial, maybe, allegedly. Now before we get on to that, I just want to do a quick visualization so that we can come. What the hell is a Pleiadian? A Pleiadian is a non-human extraterrestrial being, and it's a humanoid. So it's this is a Pleiadian. So it comes from Pleiades, and it's actually also known as a Nordic alien. And so it's a humanoid with stereotypical features like blonde, tall, like she said, tall. Now it also is known as a tall white, and between 8 and 10 feet tall, slender, blue eyes. It looks like a ghost or an angel. It's very interesting. And this came out in her DNA. Well, what came out in her DNA, I'll show you her picture so you know who I'm talking about. If you watch this stream, if you go back in this stream, she's on, like we had a video chat. And this is Jillie Clark. And what came out in her stream sounds like you're talking about Dutch people. I know, right? Well, I say it almost looks like I'm talking about Nordic. Well, they're called also Nordic aliens. But when she says it came out in her DNA, she's saying that her real, I think it's kind of like a come to Jesus moment in a way, but for a Pleiadian, which is a Pleiadian is known as a, hold on, I think I have, give me 1 second. Hold on, I'm coming. I'm trying to find something that I had earlier. Well, I don't know where it is right now, so I'm not gonna worry about that now. Okay. So no, she doesn't believe that believe that Dutch people came from those people. People believe that Dutch came from those people. She looks. Oh, you're funny. Sounds like Dutch. Okay, so let's do a visualization. Now, I know not all of you love this, but it's a way of like relaxing and maybe connecting to your inner spirit and bringing light into your heart. So how many types of humanoids, aliens are there? You said Nordic. Well, let me just there's so many. Well, okay. So humanoid aliens are there. Look, I'm not an expert. I'm just telling you, I know reptilians, which I'm going to discuss. Known as shapeshifters. They're considered lizard people. I know there's Andromedans, there's the Pleiadians, there's the Syrians. I don't think gray aliens are not considered humanoid because they don't look like humans. No. Okay, so let's just do a visualization and then we'll get on to the UAP report. Okay. We will create vivid mental images in our mind's eye, bringing positive emotions such as joy, happiness, and hope. Blessings. Our intention today is to clear away negative thoughts through a glowing light. Let's realize connecting your mind, body, spirit to divine light will shed darkness in yourself and unblock your truest purpose and passions. Your glowing light visualization begins now. Please find a quiet space, sit or lay down comfortably and close your eyes. Now let's begin to relax our body and our mind. So let's breathe out old energy and thoughts. And so together let's deeply breathe. 3 times. Now I'd like you to scan your body from the top of your head, your crown chakra, to the tip of your toes. Let's see if there's any stress or tension. And let's bring awareness to your thoughts. I'd like you to imagine being inside your brain. So you're going to quiet your mind and have stillness. What thoughts do you select? What do you automatically think about? And are these thoughts useful to you? Are they positive or negative? Do your thoughts circle back to the same thoughts? Our thoughts create our future, personality, and destiny. So let's begin to clear away negativity and to have a pure spirit. So try to open up more space inside your brain. And let's release whatever old thoughts that you have that are of no use to you, so you can make room. So we're going to open up our brain and release those useless thoughts. So breathe them out. If you need to say them aloud, that's necessary, let them go. So I'd like you to replace light in that space, and I'd like you to visualize light inside your brain. A big, beautiful, glowing light. And this light is peaceful and calming, and you embrace the light. And you breathe in fresh air, and you breathe out negative thoughts that you're carrying. So I'd like you to imagine the biggest hope you have, and I'd like you to leave it in that newfound space. Whatever it is that you wish for, I'd like you to leave it in that space, that newfound space. For example, so I'd like you to stay in that moment, and I'd like you to let go of any tensions and allow yourself to have this wish. And now I will count backwards to 3, and you will open your eyes. 3, 2, 1. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so let's talk about the UAP report. And so, like, we've seen many lately in the news. We've seen many spacecraft, or we've seen these Tic Tacs that they're talking about, right? So it's like, what's their propulsion? And they seem to be anti-gravity. And that's all man-made. Really? Well, this is not man-made. We don't know what this is. Is it Russian? Is it the United States? Is it China? Is it extraterrestrial? So, do the unidentified aerial phenomenon affirm extraterrestrial life? No evidence was cited to indicate the UFOs belonging to alien life, but it also didn't cite it not belonging. So here I have, right here, the report. You can find it online. June 25th, and I'll pull out some of the information in this. So I have an article that I'm reading that states an opinion online. So there have been 143 unexplainable reports of UFOs by the U.S. government sources since 2004, and of those, 18 incidents outlined in 21 reports described unusual movement patterns or flight characteristics. All man-made. Really? Okay. And Americans... So some UAPs appear to remain stationary in winds aloft, moving against the wind, maneuver abruptly, or move at considerable speed without discernible means of propulsion. The report reads, in a small number of cases, military aircraft systems processed radio frequency energy associated with UAPs, which means, in other words, they're hearing something through the radio. Number 2, is national security threatened by their presence? The report determined that the UFOs are a threat to flight safety, but their threat to national security is unknown. The task force has documented 11 instances in which pilots reported near misses with unidentified aerial phenomenon, according to the report. Regarding national security, data is too sparse to indicate whether the UAPs belong to foreign adversaries. How many reports of UFO sightings did make the cut? There was no standardized way to report the sightings of a UFO until March 2019, when a Navy established one and the Air Force only adopted it in November 2020. And I also found this today in the Post. Okay, so this article right here, it's by, it's about the Navy veteran. He says that he wants an apology because he was ridiculed for his white Tic Tac UFO sighting, which I think I just showed this, right? And he wants a public apology and financial compensation following the long-awaited U.S. government report about military personnel spotting other strange flying objects. And in a series of Facebook posts under the report's release on Friday, Kevin Day said his career paid a price after he was laughed at and mocked and talked about behind closed doors within the U.S. Department of Defense for trying to describe what he had seen on his radar screen. I paid a very high price personally, and I hold the Navy DOD directly responsible. Interesting. Well, I think that we're not supposed to know about these or discuss these, and they're considered a conspiracy theory. And so let's take a little bit out of this. Let me read a little bit out of this report. So the report turns out that this is preliminary, and it's 9 pages. And let's see what I can pull out of this. So this actually was prepared by the it was for the Congressional Intelligence and Armed Services Committees, and so it had input from the USD, the DIA, the FBI, the NRO, the NGA, the NSA, the Air Force, the Army, the Navy, the ONI, the DARPA, the FAA, the NOAA, the NGA, the ODNI. So what does it say exactly? It's it gives you 5 instances that they can label what a sighting would be under, and I'll tell you what they are. I know it. Wait, hold on. Let me find it. Okay, so here it is. 5 potential explanatory categories. So either the UFO is airborne clutter, natural atmospheric phenomenon, U.S. industry developmental program, so what is it, a black project? Foreign adversary systems, and an other bin. So I guess if it's considered extraterrestrial or alien, then it's in the other bin. And so the concern is basically, is it a national security risk? Are these UAPs national security risk? And if it is from Russia or China, we don't have the technology that they do, and I think everyone's in a rush to get the technology. So if you get a UAP, then you can get the technology. Although, do we believe that the technology was at Roswell and Area 51, and they had reverse alien technology? So it's interesting. It's basically saying that they're going to do more, they need more data to make a decision or to decide what it is, and they're going to study it more, which is a good start. They're not saying it's not true. And it's actually a breath of fresh air, because all those ufologists and those who believe in UFOs or UAPs are validated, because they're not denying that it's a UFO, right? Okay, so I wanted to kind of cover, oh, here's a UAP right here. So I have a couple of different pictures, I showed you. Like here, and then this one. These are the common UAPs. And then this triangle. I wanted to cover quickly the aliens. So let's go over this, right? So non-human extraterrestrial beings is a creature that is not human, displaying some, but not enough human characteristics to be considered human. So an NHE is a non-human entity. Could it be biological cloned, synthetic artificial, or a combination of technology and biology? It's an entity that displays some human characteristics, not enough to be human. So there's what's called the reptilian. So I'm going to read a little bit about what a reptilian is. And they've talked about reptilians. I've seen that for many years. And they talk about reptilians being lizard people. David Icke, a conspiracy theorist, claims that reptilians can shapeshift. So reptilian aliens, the theory is reptilian aliens control Earth by taking on human form, gaining political power to manipulate societies. In his 1999 book, The Biggest Secret, conveys belief that aliens live underground. Now, other terms for shapeshifters include metamorph, the Navajo skinwalker, mimic. While the popular idea of shapeshifter is the human being who turns into something else, there are numerous stories about animals that can transform. So like here is an illustration of what a shapeshifter, which is a reptilian. And I guess what they're saying is that here we are, like you see someone on the street and they're human, and then they turn into this other being. Like, I guess, I don't know if they just transform instantly or they're taking off this costume. I'm not really sure. I don't really know. I mean, it's all a theory. Now, so this is from an article online. When you think of the famous celebrities, politicians, and leaders of the world, it's hard to believe that they were normal human beings like us. They just seem to be bigger and better than the human average person. But if they weren't humans at all, what if they were actually 15 feet tall, reptilian-like shapeshifters from outer space who came to Earth and took slowly over our governments and entertainment industry for the sole purpose of enslaving the human race? And it goes on to talk about how CEOs and global banking leaders and celebrities could be reptilians. These reptiles are believed to make up the Illuminati and take on human forms by creating vibrations that give us the illusion that they are human. It seems like something that would be in a sci-fi movie, but really many people actually believe in this wild conspiracy theory. The basis for the reptilian elite theory is that in ancient times, a group of advanced reptiles from the Alpha Draconis star system came to Earth and infiltrated the government of the ancient civilization in order to control all the humans and enslave them, and become their rulers and breed other humans to form crossbreeds so that their DNA can infiltrate the minds of humans. Wow, this is scary. Now, a more recent piece of evidence for this theory comes from a video of Justin Bieber in which his eyes seem to shift. Oh, that's funny. Now, many believers of this theory come from the groups of conspiracy theorists who believe in many other conspiracy theories. When people believe one crazy conspiracy theory, it becomes easier and easier for them to believe in more theories, because once someone has accepted the possibility of one irrational belief, it is easier to rationalize the other ones. Interesting. This is probably one of the most extreme and far-out conspiracy theories that exist. Now I wanted to just get back onto the Pleiadians. So Pleiadians are humanoids with stereotypical Nordic features, tall blonde hair, blue eyes, and have features in several cases of contact, and it is said they are from the ancient Earth, but presenting themselves as ETs. Now, have they come from another dimension, a parallel universe, an alternate reality that we coexist in? So, space and time is a mathematical model that joins space and time into a single idea of continuum. I don't know. I find it fascinating, and I'm open. I have an open heart, open mind to this, to the Pleiadians, the tall whites, and these Nordics. So apparently, in the 1950s, a man by George Adamski claims to have had contacted with Nordics telepathically, and he said that their mission is benevolence, and they're concerned with world peace, and they will appear in your dreams and while you meditate. Well, that was a lovely show today. Oh, here's another reptilian. So what I did was I kind of brought in like the most compassionate, lovely alien, which is these Pleiadians from the starseed, and do you have the DNA of the starseed? And then the reptilians, which seem to be the mean aliens. And there's a contrast. So good triumphs over evil, I will say. And so I wanted to just, before we go, I wanted to just give a couple of recommendations to kind of break open your heart. And so I would like you to do I'm making some suggestions to you. And this might give you clarity and connect your essence and your truest self. Start by writing a list. So I'd like you to write down 5 goals that you have. So you could write them in your phone, you could write them on a piece of paper. 5 goals. Don't share them with anyone. 5 goals. And then this is a way to plant a seed. And maybe in those 5 goals, you'll find something that brings you light or brings you towards a dream that you've had, a desire that you've had, and that can't help but be part of who you really are, your truest self. So write down 5 goals that you have, and they can be huge, 5 huge goals if you want them to be. And I always say, you want to shoot here to get here. You don't want to shoot down here, you don't want to shoot here. You want to shoot big. And then from there you visualize in a bigger way, and you see yourself in a much more happier place. And if you can connect to the light in your heart. Now when you write these 5 goals down, if you feel good and you feel joyful, then you can achieve them. And if you can't, then you have to go to, why do you feel that? Did someone say that you can't have that desire or goal or dream? So you want to let that go. You want to release that. We want to release any negativity or darkness that we have to reach our fullest potential. I always say 66 days to personal peace and inner serenity. Now, I'd also like you to, we talked about dreams earlier today, and we say that dreams are a universal experience, dreams are a universal human experience that can be described as a state of consciousness characterized by sensory, cognitive, emotional occurrences during sleep. And I gave you 55 themes of constant examples that people have that they dream about. And so I'm going to say to you, I'm going to make a suggestion that you write down the last 3 sleeping dreams that you have. Because when we stir up our unconscious, we're bringing out what exactly is on our mind. And maybe when life gets really busy, we can't really connect with that. So if you write down your sleeping dreams, you're bringing out what your unconscious is thinking about. And after you've done that, we can talk about dream work and how to utilize this for abundance and bring synchronicity into your life. And then the third thing I'd like you to do is I'd like you to write down 3 characteristics about yourself that you love. And whatever that may be, it may be something that's inside your heart, your soul, like a personality trait. It might be something physical, but write down 3 characteristics that you love about yourself. And those will get you started on transforming yourself. Now, I always say that I'm trying to connect to the beautiful glowing light in my heart, and I'm hoping that you can too, because I'm here for you and I love you and I want good things for you. Hi, Synthetic Desire, thanks for joining us and being a follower. That's great. So I want to just, I'm really appreciative of that. Thank you so much. And tell me if there's anything you want me to talk about. I stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 to 4, and I hopefully on Thursday we'll have a guest I want to mention, and it's Joan Cara, and she's a medium psychic, and she'll give a reading and she can connect to you, and she's super lovely lady. She actually lives, I met her in the city at one of the psychic fairs, and then we connected, and she was a guest on a different show that I did. But she lives in a surrounding town, which is close by to me, Greenwich, and I live in close by to Greenwich. I don't even say where I live, but I live outside of New York City. And anyway, so Joan's going to be a guest on Thursday, 2 o'clock. And so back to this. I really, really am telling you that I'm here for you. I'm sending you light, and that I hope that you can connect to the light in your heart, because I know we all feel alone sometimes, and we all feel like we're diminished, and we might have sadness or pain. And so I'm here to remind you that there is light and you can connect to light. And I have compassion for you, and I hope good things for you, and I want prosperity and abundance for you. And I know that if I'll say, I don't even think that I said this morning that I'm not a medical professional and I give suggestions to inner peace and personal serenity. So I say bright light shines on us. Every thought is very powerful, and we are all part of a whole. And my pain is your pain, and my pain and your pain is mine. And karma is a cycle of cause and effect. Now the sacred knowledge I impart on you is connect to a source of light, engage with nature, and record your sleeping dreams for the universe to take you on your ultimate destiny. I forgot to say that. I got right into the guest. So before we go, I just want to say thank you to Synthetic Desire for joining us today. And thank you to, let's see, Nick and Kay Offer. And there's a lot of people who were in the chat. Nimri, can't say any of these names. I'm so bad. We know that I butcher words. And I say K. Day Floyd. Thank you for joining us. So many today. So Synthetic Desire, I hope we helped you to find a way to awaken. And I will be here. And I know that some of the topics are interesting and some of the topics are not interesting. You know, it's like a variety to certain people, but I'm all about myths and legends. I want to get back on the flat earthers. I'm always going to be talking about Bigfoot and aliens and UFOs. And as the story continues, I will share it with you. And I wish you the best. I love you all. Be well. So thank you for joining me today. You can find me on my site, Mary Amy Official. Kay Knopfer. Aw, Kay Knopfer, I'm sorry. I had a speech impediment and a learning, like a reading thing, so that's why I butcher words. So that's an explanation, but that's the truth. So you can find me on maryamyofficial.com. I'm going to get emotional saying that. You can find me on my Facebook page, Mary Amy Official, or Instagram, Mary Amy Official. Also, I have a YouTube and channel, and everything gets loaded up on that because this only stays on for 2 weeks. So, in honor of my Scottish grandmother, Lucille, Lang me your lum reek, which means I wish you good luck and good fortune in the future. And I really mean that. And blessings. And I will see you Thursday at 2 o'clock. So everyone be well and have a great week. Bye. No worries. All good. Thanks, Kay. I have to learn that. Kay Knopfer. Bye.